Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, this is Thomas from the band Kamelot, and you're listening to and you're watching The Metal Voice. Check it out.
Welcome to another edition of The Metal Voice, a very special edition. We've got none other than the founder of Kamelot, Thomas Youngblood, with us here today.
Hey man.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing great, man.
How's the tour? They're out, I would let you know, they're touring with Nightwish, the North American tour. A new album on the way, the end of October release here, Silverthorn.
That's right.
So how's the tour going so far?
It's going amazing. Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about touring with Nightwish for probably like 5 years now. And finally, somehow everything, the stars lined up correctly, and it's been great. The fans have been amazing. Every night has been packed. So yeah, it's been a great tour so far, and it's just getting started. Yeah,
and the album's coming out at the end of October, so you're touring with it without it being released, but you've got a new single out as well.
We have a new single. It's on iTunes, on Amazon, and the record comes out October 30th in North America. And originally it was going to come out in September, but we had to push it back due to delays in production and stuff like that. But we still think that it totally makes sense to do the tour, promote the single, promote the release, so that when it does come out, everybody that has been to the show, you know, because there's going to be a lot of new fans coming to the Kamelot camp after this.
Right. And that's what I was thinking. We got Sacrimony, which is the single that's out there right now. But touring without the album being actually released, are we looking to a heavy set based on the new album, or you're sticking with some?
No, because then you have a lot of songs that people, first of all, they don't know, and then they don't really have a chance to go listen to it either. So we're playing Sacrimony, and we only have a 50-minute set. So we play one of the new songs that's available to purchase, and that's also just, you know, basically kind of a little taste of the new record. And then, of course, we'll play classic songs that we think the fans want to hear.
Right. And then, of course, new singer, Tommy Karevik. Did I pronounce that correctly?
That's how I say it, but in Swedish it's like Karevik or something like that.
So, and again, he was with you on some tours, like the Poetry of the Poison tour.
Yeah.
Was that like an audition for this big moment?
I mean, in a sense, we had him on tour with us as a backup singer, and then we brought him out every night to sing a different song.
Okay.
And it was kind of, for me, it was sort of a way to groom him into the role and to kind of see how Kamelot operates from behind the scenes, and to get a sense for our stage show, and so that when it came time to integrate into the band as the guy, he would already kind of have a really good idea of what we were going to do, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like exceeded all my expectations already.
Oh, great news!
You know, it's just amazing. It's going to be a force within this genre, for years to come.
And that's it. Like, when you did the album, did you write it with him in mind, that he was going to be the one singing?
No, no, I didn't. And the reason, his voice fits the mold of Kamelot already. You know, and for me to make sure that Kamelot was the legacy and the sound and everything continued, was to approach the album the exact same way we have for the last 10 years.
Okay.
Work on the music, the keys are you know, all the basic keys that we write in haven't changed, and that was important to make to continue that cohesiveness in the musical side.
Right. And then the auditioning process, I mean, you even went on to YouTube to see what was out there. And
oh yeah, we had like hundreds and hundreds of submissions, and you know, I always had Tommy and 2 other guys there, you know, and then when something new came in, I would check it out. But Tommy's auditions and just the potential that we saw with him from the beginning was always, you know, at the top.
Okay.
And yeah, after there's a new song on the record called "Song for Jolie," and when we got that demo from him, we had the music already done. We sent him the music. He came back with vocal melody and lyrics, and that's when we kind of knew, like, wow, this is Kamelot, and this is the new guy.
Okay, so he was able to contribute to the writing aspect of it?
Absolutely.
Oh, great.
He wrote basically all the vocal melodies, lyrics.
Okay.
he had a big part of the concept of the record. So yeah, it was fun.
And what was the lyrical content for Silverthorn compared to maybe the last couple of releases? Is there something different about it?
Well, it's a concept record.
Okay.
And without revealing too much, it's about a family in the 19th century, and they deal with these certain tragedies. And there's a lot of cover-ups and secrets and all the kind of cool things that go into an interesting story or a movie. And so, of course, the lyrics all lend themselves to supporting this storyline. And but lyrically, I mean, the guy's an amazing songwriter. So we really feel fortunate to not only have a great vocalist, but someone that can step in and do lyrics.
Yeah, definitely.
At the same quality or even higher.
So the one aspect that really said, hey, that's the guy for us, what would it be?
Vocals, I mean,
Vocals.
that's number one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we can all do lyrics, whether they're good or not, that's always subjective, but the vocals had to be number one. And, it doesn't hurt that he's a great performer. It doesn't hurt that he's a good-looking dude too. So all of those aspects, of course, are helpful. But the voice was always the number one criteria with whoever we were going to pick.
And the crowd reaction so far in this tour. I mean, he's like you said, he came out for a few songs on the last tour, but now.
Oh, he's commanding the stage. It's amazing. I mean, the crowd interaction that we have now with our show compared to 3 years ago is much better.
Wow.
Yeah. You guys will see it tonight. It's a lot of fun for us because we're able to kind of blend this artistic side of what we do with also, make sure it's a concert. It's an in-your-face concert, and that's the way it should be. And
of course, he's got experience with Seventh Wonder, and how did that leave off with those guys? Is that an open-ended return kind of situation, or?
Yeah, I mean he's still in Seventh Wonder, and
okay.
I mean the priority is Kamelot, but. When they have time to work and do stuff, and it's no problem for me. I mean, Oliver, our keyboard player, is in another band as well, so
right.
It's no big deal.
Okay, and then for Roy, have you kept in touch with him? Is he?
No, I haven't heard from him.
Okay.
I mean, the last thing I heard was he was very happy. He's working in Norway, spending time with family, and he's happy that the band's continuing.
Yeah, it was an amicable separation. I mean, he decided to take another path, and I think,
right.
Okay.
Exactly.
And just album cover. I'm looking at the Silverthorn album cover. All your album covers. Where do you find these artists? Because they're outstanding album covers.
Oh, thank you. Well, the last album was with Seth Zero. That's a poetry record. And he's just kind of renowned within the metal thing. And then the new album cover of Silverthorn is a guy named Stefan Heilemann.
Okay.
He's a German artist. He's been working with, he worked with Oliver's band, Sons of Seasons, Epica. He's done some different artistical things like with Nightwish and stuff. And basically we kind of just went with him with the idea of the storyline, and I wanted this character in the story, this young girl, I wanted to see what she was like if she had lived her life, to being a young adult. So
right.
That's the character on the cover. And the booklet is just slammed with all kind of killer images and stuff.
And that's another reason to go out and buy the CD. Don't download, go out and buy the CD, because
right.
you're going to deprive yourself of this beautiful artwork.
Yeah, we have a 44-page book that outlines the story.
Wow.
Also full of extra images, and I think they're selling it for less than $20, and it's got like 2 CDs. It's crazy. So we try to give the fans everything. The people that do buy the records, they're not going to be disappointed.
And then Sasha Payeth also produced this album as well.
Right.
And I've watched him with Amatasia and the tour that he did with it. This guy's amazing. Not only is he a great producer, but he's a great musician as well.
Oh, he's an amazing guitar player, bass player. And it was important for me with this record to try to keep as much of our team together,
right.
So we had Sasha and Miro, all the guys that did the vocal recordings in the past,
Amanda Somerville.
Amanda, we brought back the same kind of choir, bass. We added some new special guests like Elise Ridd and Alyssa White Glues from The Agonist.
Right, right.
They're both in the new video, which is the video. I just saw the first version of the video yesterday. It's really, really cool.
And the children choir, I keep seeing Youngblood in there. Is that your daughter? Your
son?
My
daughter's in it. Sasha's daughter is also in it.
Yeah, I noticed that.
And also my daughter does some speaking parts, like with one of the fairy tales in there. So it was fun to include family, you know, when it makes sense. You know, we don't do it just out of nepotism. We want to do it to make sure that it has a role and it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
If she wants to follow in her father's footsteps, or?
Well, she wants to be a singer, but I'll always tell her, you know, first you have to get your college degree. And,
then we'll talk.
Yeah, you can do it for fun at first. Yeah.
And just, you know, some of the guys in the band, if you had like one word to describe like Casey.
Loyal. He's been with me the longest, and
right.
he's awesome. Yeah.
Oliver?
Studious. Yeah.
Interesting.
Right before every show, you know, Sean and I are like doing push-ups and practicing, and Oliver's like this, reading a book.
The professor.
Okay, 5 minutes. And yeah.
And Sean?
Sean is the wild man. He's the funny guy, and you can always depend on him for a laugh. And he's also live. He pushes me to. I can't stand around with him on stage, or I'll look like a lame old dude or something. So yeah, Sean's awesome.
And of course, Tommy now.
Tommy, the newbie.
The newbie, yeah.
Yeah, but he's integrating so fast, and he's got his own kind of dry sense of humor that now we're starting to get a little bit, and he's getting our style of humor.
Right.
So we're having a really good time, and I think it shows on stage, and the fans are seeing it, and the reaction to the new songs and the videos and everything has been killer.
Good. I can't wait to see the show tonight.
Yeah.
Just I'll throw out some titles for you. Just tell me a story or the first thing that comes into your head when, let's say, you know, like One Cold Winter's Night.
The video or that?
Yeah, the whole experience of that taping of the video and the
That was
CD.
exciting. I mean, we had tons of special guests. It was actually one of the coldest nights in history in Norway.
Right.
Like in 20 years, it hasn't snowed or been that cold.
The guys are queuing up outside. And
yeah, and I was trying to get the people in because I knew how cold it was. That was fun, and we're actually discussing the next DVD shoot now. So
that would be in Oslo again, or
I don't know, either Oslo or maybe Holland. We're not sure yet.
Ghost Opera.
Ghost Opera, fun record to do. Still one of my favorites. I love one of my favorite covers too.
Yeah, it's a great cover. Poetry of the Poison.
Poetry, a little bit. What do they call it? Like bittersweet, I guess you could say. I mean, the record, to me, I love the record, but I didn't feel like we finished it for many reasons. And I guess, you know, in hindsight, Roy was going through a lot of stuff at that time.
Right.
That probably bled into the production.
Okay. And Silverthorn, of course, the one that everybody's tuning in to anxiously to get at the end of October.
Yeah, exciting. I mean, renewed excitement. The songs to me are, the album for me it's a return to the melodic side of what Kamelot has done in the past, but maintaining some of this melancholy undertones. We plan on doing a ton of touring around the release.
Right.
A lot of different videos, so it's exciting.
And speaking of that, you're going to start a European tour in the month of November.
November 2nd, we start our headliner tour in Europe.
Okay.
We have Xandria, Triosphere, and Canadian band Blackguard.
Blackguard, sure.
As the openers,
Yeah.
and yeah, the pre-sales are going crazy, so we're excited.
And just you know, just some early influences on your part.
A lot of different stuff. When I was a kid, my sisters were listening to stuff like Kansas and Yes, and then I started getting into you know, groups like Queensryche and
Right.
Iron Maiden. But you know, over the past few years, it's been more like non-metal stuff, like new age music, classical stuff, film score music. That's the kind of stuff that I listen to when I'm, you know, just in my car or something.
Is there any, you know, any up and coming bands that you want to recommend to our viewers to check out? Anything that's off the top of your head that?
Wow, I can't think of any. Sorry.
Blackguard.
Blackguard. That's right. My buddies in Blackguard. Check them out.
Okay, well, that again, Kamelot's on tour with Nightwish, North America, starting in Europe in November.
That's right.
We want you to go out there, buy the tickets, buy the shirts, because if they're anything like the album covers, you're going to love them.
That's right.
And we just want to thank Thomas again for tuning in to this edition of the Metal Boys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.
I'm on the line, he's right.
This is what it's like backstage, Alan.
Backstage.
Backstage. It's an arena.
A big concert this evening.
It's insanity. Yes. Oh, no, Ronnie. This is what it's like backstage.